Evening, everybody. This is a bit of a change, isn't it? Saturday night. How is everybody? I'm Debbie Moore and welcome to my Art Deco Moonlight Dreams showcase. It is an extra show that I've done this week specifically for Art Deco. And for anybody that has any queries on Moonlight Dreams or questions about Art Deco or just wants to catch up and want to do some crafting, I'm going to be showcasing the range. It's really full-on demonstrations. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 potential demonstrations, and they're all Art Deco themes. I've got some dimensional fun. I've got a really new shaped card to share with you, and really a little bit of everything and some bling. I can see there's loads of you already on. I'm going to say a good evening to Heather and Tina and Harry. I have got Karen, I've got Carolyn, I've got Anne. Lucille says, good everybody, bonsoir, tout le monde. That means good evening, everyone around the world. I like that, Lucille. I might have to use that more often. Leslie says hi. Angela says hi, Debbie and Dave and everybody. What a lovely surprise to have you on a Saturday. Hope everybody is well. You too, Angela. I'm glad that you've all joined me tonight. I have got Pauline saying good morning, Debbie and Dave, and all the worldly crafters. Just getting in the freeway to my craft retreat, but we'll be listening until I can log on live. Hi, Paulie. I've got Dawn saying hi, Debbie and Dave. Going to eat lunch while I watch a beautiful sun in Florida today. Oh, that sounds really nice. It's been raining here in France. I've got Pat just joined us. I've got Anne says is looking forward to the show. I have got Wendy, Jane, Dorothy saying Art Deco is always my favourite. You and me both. I think I was actually born in the wrong era, most definitely. I've got Karen just joined us saying, good morning, Debbie and friends. It's 5:30 a.m. and already 31 degrees. My goodness, is that Australia? I think it is. I've got Nikki just joined us. I have got Valerie says, good evening, Debbie, Dave and fellow crafters near and far. Hope everybody are well. Definitely. I've got Gordon joined us, Beverly, Wendy, Shirley, Carol, Tracy. She says, evening, Debbie and Dave and fellow crafters. Didn't know you was on. Nice surprise. Well, what it is, if anybody bought the Moonlight Dreams mystery box, we were going to do a Zoom. And we've had a couple of technical issues with that. So what we've done is this is a live show relating to those demonstrations, but we've made it open to everybody. But if anybody has any questions with regard to Moonlight Dreams, just feel free to ask. I can see that Stephen has just joined us, and Betty and Shazday saying, hi, Debbie and Dave from Exeter. I'm excited about the Art Deco. Do you know what? It is a beautiful collection, and I can tell you that we have some new Art Deco even collections coming out. Grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea, or even a little bit of wine or bubbly wherever you are around the world. And sorry, I'm laughing because Tracy's put a Zoom of doom. Yes, definitely. And my voice is going a little bit, so hopefully that's a hint to Dave to go and get me a drink. And he's sorting out everything and we'll be going down. I've got Luke just joined us, says evening all. And I've got Janet saying hi, Debbie and Dave and crafty friends from a rainy North Carolina. It has been raining non-stop this afternoon here in France. Okay, where am I? I have got, Stephen says, swing low, sweet chariot. Well done, England, beating Ireland by 1 point. Dave's just told me that's rugby, Stephen. I wouldn't have known what you mean. I've got Jeanette saying hi from myself and Paula from DM Delights. I've got Donavine saying good evening. Wendy has joined us saying, thank you for my gift arrived yesterday. It's beautiful. You are very welcome. Talking of gifts, this is an unusual show, okay? This is a showcase. It might be something that I'll start doing now and again. So what I've decided to do is I have a new Match It Art Deco coming out next month. And so I'd like you, we're going to pick somebody, I'd like you to like and share this page, get everybody knowing that we're on Saturday evening, or depending whereabouts in the world, and we're going to pick a winner. and somebody's going to win the brand new Matcha Art Deco. Never been seen anywhere, and it's going to be you're going to absolutely fall in love with it because I've done loads of different things on it this time. So remember to like and share this page and tell me, brights or dark? No, brights or pastels? That's what I want to know for Art Deco. So for example, you may have golds, reds and blacks. As you can see behind me, we've got some of the designs from our lovely range, and then up there we've got some pinks and pastels, so you can tell me which one you prefer, and you can say both, that's for sure. Oh, Betty says my voice keeps breaking up. It might be the mics. I'm going to get them sorted out. Jennifer's just joined us, and Valerie says a gin and tonic for me tonight. It's been a challenging week. I've had one of those as well this week. I've got Anna joined us. She says, good evening, Debbie and Dev and other crafters. Looking forward to the extra night. Oh, thank you. I've got Mary joined us saying, hi, Debbie. It's a sunny day here in Mississippi. And I have got Mary saying, can't get enough. What have you saying, Mary? Because I cannot read what's on YouTube. Do you know what I've got? Oh, there we go. Oh, can't get enough of Debbie. More Art Deco. Well, do you know what? If you've not seen my Art Deco before, I will be honest with you, it is probably my favourite collection. I just think it's so sophisticated. I think it's just a wow factor. You know, it's timeless, isn't it? The Art Deco is timeless. You will know somebody who will love Art Deco. I mean, there's nothing wrong with all the other collections. That's why we do such a variety of ranges. Me and the team work really hard to actually give you variety at Debbie Moore Designs, but Art Deco will always have a soft spot in my heart. And yes, before anybody else asks, I've had loads of queries about this, I will be doing an Art Deco room in the Chateau in France. I know it's not in keeping, but you know what? I need to. I've got Jill just joined us. I've got Rhonda says, hi everybody, my first time watching. Got my G&T. Is that right, G&T? Oh, I'm jealous. It's a bit early here. Well, it's not early. I was going to say I haven't got a G&T, but I might have one later. Oh, Mary, thank you for your messages coming through. It's gone crazy. So don't forget to like and share, and somebody is going to win this. And please, over on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. And don't forget, you can follow my channel. And also on Facebook, don't forget, you can actually like my page. Do you know what? I think I'm only off 40 people, and then I reach 15,000. So if you haven't liked or followed my page, please do so, especially if you like what I do. I'm looking forward to the next coming weeks and months with all the new stuff I'm going to come out with. I have got, where am I? I have got loads more messages coming through. I've got Mary just joined us. Caroline says, I love all your Art Deco kits. I have got your Romance Match It dies. Oh, they're nice, aren't they? I can tell you one of them. One of the new Match It is her. Isn't she beautiful? But I'm doing it a little bit different. I'm going to be doing it in an array of colours. Do you know what? I won't spoil the surprise, but you know it's going to be nice. Jeanette says, challenging last couple of days for me too, but everything on the way to Bella as of yesterday afternoon. Love every minute of it, lol. Thank you, Jeanette, for all your help. I've got Claire just joined us. Oh, Anna, bless you. She says, nobody does Art Deco like you. I mean, there's loads of Art Deco on the market. Everybody knows. What I really believe in our range with Art Deco is it is just sophistication in a card. You are giving somebody that dreamy feeling of wanting that dress, of wanting from that era. I used to say to my mum, I wish I was born in that era. You know what she used to say to me? Debbie, you're too outspoken. I probably am, everybody. I probably am. Okay, where am I? I've got so many messages coming through. Okay, so people are not too sure which one they prefer. They like both. I have got, Jeanette says, will there be a USB key to go with a new Match It? They, not straight away, Jeanette, but there will be eventually. For those people that don't know and wondering why I have a Merry Christmas mug, I have to tell everybody this. Dave broke my mug, everybody. He said he was cleaning it really hard and he dropped it and smashed it on the floor. However, I am getting a new one. So there you go. Okay, I think we've got a good balance. People like dark and some people like pastels. Margaret says, hi Debbie, sorry, just remembered. You're just in time. We're just chatting. Do you know what I mean? I've got Dawn says, I'm a pastel pink girl, but the dark colours are intense on Art Deco, so I could have to, wait a minute, are so intense on Art Deco, so I would have to pick dark. Do you know what? They're both lovely. I mean, that's the thing. You know, you think you're going to go with those beautiful pastel pinks and lilacs and purples, and then I just love this blue and gold. Isn't that gorgeous? There's such a variety in this range, and this is what Moonlight Dreams, Moonlight collection is all about. So the Moonlight Dreams range is the one collection that I've done that is not just for every day. There's actually Christmas in it as well. So if you're going to get a collection, that's one that I would get. Right, okay. Stephen says, getting ready for the Christmas in July. Well, you can use Moonlight Dreams. It has got Christmas in, but I haven't got that way. I haven't got all my Christmas ranges out. Valerie says, sophistication is the only word to describe Art Deco. Very true. Where am I? Cass says, hi, evening everybody, looking for some guidance. I have tried for over an hour and a half today trying to make a front stepper card. It just didn't work. Any advice would be appreciated. Anyone? Kath. I need a front stepper card. I will show you how to do a front stepper. I'll squeeze it in. I've got 4 demos. I'll squeeze in another one. Okay, so I will do that for you because it won't take long. And when you see how easy it is, you won't believe how easy it is. Okay, right, okay. I think I've read all the messages out. We're going to get started very soon because it is all about demonstrations here now. But remember, if you have any questions or queries, we will pick up. Now, if anybody hasn't bought Moonlight Dreams and want it, just put a note in the post and we'll send you an email invoice. We've got a beautiful, it's available as a download, a USB key and a card making kit. And obviously all at special prices. Wendy says, Debbie, have you any more crafting mugs as I dropped mine last week? Oh, Wendy. I think they're coming in. What month are we? They're going to be coming in, I think not till April, but I'll check to see if I've got one spare. I'll have a look and I will let you know. I've got Christine just joined us and she's liked and shared and she loves dark but gold as well. Yes. Pat likes pastels. It really is a mix. I might have to just do both, that's for sure. Okay, so get yourself a piece of paper and a pen because I've got loads of top tips to share with you. Or if anybody watched Thursday's show, make yourself a little Art Deco book. This one Jeanette made, and Jeanette, if you're watching, it's now mine. I'm using it to put all my Art Deco notes in, and that's a really good idea. I was working out, I always say to everybody is always have some, like a little booklet to put little sketches in and notes in, and then you can refer it. If you're like me, I forget everything very easily, especially my life is a bit hectic at the moment. So when I was actually thinking, right, I need a piece of paper, Jeanette, I remembered that you made this lovely sample. And if you did not see these are from my Create and Cherish range. You need to check out the video from Thursday because I showed you how easy it is to do these. Mary says, keeps freezing, been in and out 3 times so far. Okay, if anybody has any issues, let me know. I'm not too sure. I think, Mary, everybody else seems to be okay, so I don't know. You might be the signal. I mean, I'm in France. We'll see what happens. Edith has joined us and just got here in a nice time. Hello to everybody. Hope you and Dave are well. Thank you. And Susan's just joined us as well. Whatever the colour, I love Art Deco. Yes, that's so true. You and me both. Okay, so Jackie says she's not freezing and Stephen says it's okay. So Mary, it just might be you. Jeanette, you've said, thank you, Debbie. What happened to the jewellery box? I don't know what jewellery box you're on about. Do you mean Carnation Dreams? Or have I missed something? Let me know because I'm not too sure. I've got Anita from Honolulu's just joined us. And I've got Estelle. Oh my God, more gorgeous Art Deco. Well, you know what? You're going to love it. So we're going to talk about the collection. And then we're going to go straight into demos. And I'm just going to go through. I'm going to show you how to do a dome card. I'm going to show you how to get the side scenes done because I just love them, but also for those people that don't know, if they want to create their own side scene, I'm going to give you a top tip with that. Slider card I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to do an amazing Art Deco shaped card, and also I must remember Kath wants to know how to do a front stepper, so let me just write that down, Kath, otherwise I may forget. So oh, Betty, not Betty, Pat says, I miss Thursdays, was at the doctor's. Oh, Pat, you really need to watch it. It is a fab show. Okay, right, let's get started. Remember, I'm multitasking. I have got some of you on YouTube, some of you on Facebook. Remember, just ask me away, and tonight's a bonus night for everybody. What weight of paper do you use for the inside the notebooks? Okay. So I'll answer that question before we get started. So the notebooks, there isn't really a right or wrong answer with regard to the weight, if I have to be totally honest for you. However, if you like me and like stationery that feels luxurious, I can't even say that word, luxurious, I tend to use between 120 and 120 GSM, and that's what Jeanette has used. If you don't have that, if you don't have access to that, Mary, then don't worry. It is a notebook. If you're doing them for yourself, you can just use photocopier paper. But obviously, the thicker quality, I mean, this is my satin, my 120 satin. That is a matte finish, and it just feels expensive and luxury. And just think, if you are selling these notebooks, okay, whether you're raising money for charity or for yourself, the thicker the card, or I should say thicker the paper, you're more likely to sell it because it'll look like it is a professional finished booklet. Okay, Jeanette says, my jewelry box I made as a sample are you using that too? I'm not 100% sure what you're on about, Jeanette's private message me because I don't know what collection you're on about. Right, okay. Edith says, love the gorgeous burgundy and gold for dresses. Yes, definitely. I've got Michelle just joined us. Beverly says, is satin paper okay for inkjet? Yes, but you need to change the settings. Check the settings, okay? What I would recommend you do is print something off. So, for example, depending on which printer you're using, I mean, I've got a few printers, and what I tend to do is I go into printer options or printer properties, and I'll say I'm going to print on a glossy paper. Or normally, because it's not designed for crafting, it will say photo paper. So then it gives you the right amount of ink on the paper. So make sure you have a look on the back of that. Okay. Yes, Jeanette, I'll be using the carnations in the next magazine, but obviously it's not on the show because this is all to do with Art Deco. So I've got Maureen just joined us. Okay, loads of people confirm they can hear me okay. We're going to get started. Right. So the first one I want to do is talk about, so this, we'll put the top camera on. So this is the collection that we are going to talk about. So remember I said to you earlier, whether you bought the USB key or whether you bought the mystery box or the download. Now we have these on offer at the moment, and remember, I'm just going to show you because it'll be easier to flick through to show you the quality of the designs so you can see what's on there, because this is from a card kit, so you can see that you've got the ombre. I mean, look at these. So that's what everybody wants. It's always gin o'clock. That is brilliant. Okay. And as you can see on here, you have got loads of different toppers here. And then if you've got any of the nesting dies, the nesting dies will work with the shape. So that's that one. And then that's that one. But you don't have to use the nesting shapes. You can just fussy cut them out. But I'm just going to show you very quickly through it. And look at that. You have got, obviously you'll recognize these shapes because you can mix and match. This creates a box. So I'm just showing you that you've got different shapes. So you've got it for every day, time to drink champagne and dance on the table. It really is lovely. Now this, remember I told you, because, okay, it is also winter, that's why you have got on the actual collection generic designs, and you've also got on there, I mean look at that one, that's beautiful, isn't that faux gold? And then you've also got some beautiful everyday designs as well. So when you get it home, whether you're going for the card kit or the USB kit, have a look around everything so you'll be able to see. Is there a digital download for this? Yes, there is. There is a digital download, Estelle, okay, and you're getting over 1,500 printable elements. So you can see it's a mixture, so you've got every day. I'm just showing you a couple of the designs because I just want to show you the variety. And, you know, this is what I showed you earlier. I think Lois did this one, and what she's done is just cut that out and made a really gorgeous little DIY deco art frame there, and it's very 3D. So it gives you the choice of what you can do with it, okay? As you go through it all, you'll find that you've got not just Christmas, you've got things for summer as well. And it just has a really, you know, the whole collection is for throughout the year. I mean, I can go on here forever. There's loads. So you can see that I use also my other nesting dies, so you've got those on there. And really, everybody, when you get it home, really have a look through it. So that's just giving you a little sneak look at what you can do. Okay. Edith says, thumbs up. You deserve everyone for all your lovely designs. Oh, thank you, Edith. Right, so we're going to get started with a side seam. So remember, this is all about how to get the best of things. Okay. And as you can see on here, a lot of people have already tried my side seams. So what I want to do is show you how easy it is to do them. So when you print off the sheet, I give you more. I've already cut out some elements because you don't need to see me cutting out. And what I've wanted to do is show you how easy it is to put a card together once you've cut everything out. So it gives you everything. I mean, look at that seam. Isn't that just gorgeous? Okay. Now, the idea behind it is that you create a fallback card. So here's two things you might not be aware. This will create a fabulous, lovely 3D side seam that goes completely flat. However, what we've got on here is broken lines there and there, which means all I'm using, everybody, is my channel of my paper trimmer. And I now need to wear my glasses, which they're over there. And I'm using the green size tool. Now, if you've never realized before, every tool has different end sizes. Whichever one you go for, make sure you stick to using the same. And I'm just lining up the channel so you can see the broken lines like so, and put that there. Now, I love to actually design layouts for you to use, not just for your toppers, but also for your backdrop. And Jenny agrees, she says it's beautiful designs and backdrop designs. Because look what happens. If you then use a bind folder, so I'll fold it forward and then fold it back, you can just use that card like that. You know, with, I mean, look how gorgeous that is. You can use it like that. Hopefully your light is better than mine because it looks a little bit dark at the moment. So as you can see on here, what that does is gives you a fallback card. However, to create, it's got all the instructions on here. If you've never done one of these before, everything comes with instructions. All I'm then going to do is repeat the same. So to create a side seam, you do the fallback, but then what you have to do, this is called build a seam fallback, which means there's nothing on these. So all I'm going to do is follow my broken lines. I've got broken lines there and broken lines there. They're not very, you have to look, because what I've decided to do is just give you a hint, and the same with them. You can see that there's broken lines there and broken lines there. So what you need to do, everybody, is simply line up your broken lines. So just do this, score along there, and then do the same on there, like so. And then you're going to do the same on here. Now, there is always different ways of doing things. You figure out, I'm just showing you my way, but you might come up with a different way. Now, you might want to just leave it as it is, okay? As in, let me just show you what I mean. So I've just done that. So I'm using this flush like this. However, if you want to make this bigger, look at this one. So as you can see, it's been backed with gold card. And they've even decorated the back as well. So, Margaret, you've asked me what paper GSM do you use for side seams, and you sell the card. There isn't a right or wrong answer. Basically, obviously, you want a decent way. If you're doing it on its own, like this, I would not use less than probably, this is 220 to 10. But if you feel that it's a little bit weak, back it with some gold card. It'll make it look extra special and it'll look like it's foiled. Okay, and then with this, I've already scored, and this is how easy it is. Now this has been designed to go here, because that's how I've done my side seams, and that's how you've done it here. But I think, who did this one? I think Lois did this one, but what she's done is she wanted to show the actual floor, because the floor is quite cool there, and so she's lifted it higher up. There isn't a right or wrong way, it's your way. So essentially, everybody, all I'm doing is getting everything done very quickly. This is how quickly it is to put together. Now you do need to use a wet glue. I've actually put on the instructions where you glue in it and where to put everything. So watch how easy it is to put this together. And literally, all I'm doing is putting the glue on and then putting the glue on there. And then I literally wiggle into place, and then I wiggle it into place like so. And you want to make sure that it closes perfectly, because it's going to go flat. So that is the base of the card. Oops. Oh, look what I've done, everybody. I wasn't watching what I'm doing. I think Dave needs to get me some kitchen towel or something, or some tissue. There's some on that shelf over there. I'll use the glue though. I bet everybody else has done this. So then I'm putting the glue on. It's just behind on the left hand side. Put your hand straight up. There you go. I'm lining it up straight. Can you see what I'm doing? Making sure it goes flat. And then what I'm doing is just making sure it's straight. I've got glue everywhere. Let's take this off. And then always do it from underneath. So I'm literally lining it up, making sure it's straight, like so, and going flat. Beverly says, just found my download code in my mystery box. I did not realise I had a bonus. Karen says, made it back, dropped my grandson back home from work. Hope I've not missed much. Literally me just getting glue everywhere. Wendy says, oh yes, I did the same, Debbie, went everywhere. Yeah, glue goes everywhere. But if the 3-in-1 glue is brilliant, but what you need to make sure you do is if you get it on your mat, you don't want to stain your mat. So I've just put those on there because she is going to line up at the bottom, but you need to make sure she doesn't stick out over there. So I'm going to have it just about there. I want it to be about, so there's a bit of a blue showing on the back. And then simply get your glue. I think I'm going to just get the other one that's there. Caroline says, I love this style of card, but I didn't know what it's called. Thank you, Debbie. I will have a go now. Well, Caroline, just wait till I show you how to do it without design. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. I'll just put all this together. So she's going on there, well balanced. Can you see? It's coming together. And then all I'm doing is I'm starting to put everything together. So I can then put this here if I want this on this side. But I'm actually going to change that. This is going to go on here. Then I would like to have, you could have that on there if you want to. You could even have a decoupage of that on there. But I want to put this saying for you there. And all I'm doing is layering up my lovely, and that's going to go on here. And then I'm going to have happy birthday there. So can you see how quickly you can put it together? So there isn't a right or wrong way. I am just going to get some foam pads. I'm going to put it together. Maureen says I make a lot of these side stepper cards and they're lovely, brilliant. Okay, where are they? So these are one of my favorite types of cards. Next week, is it next week? In the next couple of weeks, I've got a brand new range of side stepper cards coming out. I think it's in a couple of weeks' time. I've got the next range of this coming out. So I've just put a little bit of foam pads on there. You can see how this is now coming together. And then I want to just literally, so I've lost the peacock, there we go. Let's add a foam pad on there. So you get all this on one sheet. And I'm just taking this off. I think I need to get my other pricking tool. There, oh, honestly, this is what happens when you put foam pads near anything warm. There we go. Let's take it off. I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on there, and that's a top tip. Put some glue onto your, there we go, let's put that on there, onto your foam pad. You've got the wiggle room, and then I'm literally, everybody, laying this up. I love dimensional cards, so I am just now going to get a little bit faster with what I'm doing, so you can see how easy it is to put this together. There isn't a wrong or right way, there's just your way. And all you need to remember, everybody, is just keep layering it up. So I want to just put for you that. This is going to go on there. And then this one, I'm just going to put some foam pads on to the back of here. And this is the first card that we've done from this kit. Now you get loads of them. You can remember, you can print them off smaller if you want to, or you can print them off. If you have a bigger printer, you can actually go large scale. Have this on here. I love this. Live every moment, love every day. So that's going to go on there. And then what I've got, so this is going to go flat. So you can say just for you. Now, what I really want to do is just move this a little bit forward. Luckily, the glue hasn't set totally. There we go. And all you need to do is just move it down a little bit. And then that can go on there. Might need more glue. Oh, there we go. So that's going to go for you on there. And then this can go just here. Right. Okay. So now you can see I have just simply used, just going to put this on, the elements that you get in the collection. I just want to add that just down there, just to bring in a bit more. All this is off one sheet, well actually two sheets. And you'll find that you'll have some extra elements on there. Look, you've got, choose whatever sentiments you want. So everybody, there was a quick, that's done it for that base. Okay, or if you want to put it up higher up, you've got that option as well, and you can even put the gold. Now, I did say I was going to show you how you can do your own. Pauline says, hi Debbie, I'm now at class and just logged on. I've seen the other Art Deco designs, but for me, you are the best. Oh, bless you. And shout out to Jessica for getting me on one of the last mystery boxes. Oh, definitely. So look how easy that was to do. It goes completely flat into an envelope. And I could use, I mean, this is a black one, but you've got different colors. You can then put that in there and sell. If you sell that, that's a really good one. You know, you've got your envelope as well as your card. Now, I did say I wanted to show you how easy it is to create your own. So very quickly, I'm going on. Margaret says, I love these cards, made quite a few. Well, just wait till you see what we're going to be able to do. So remember, that's the design that is on this collection. However, if you wanted to do your own, this is all you have to do. Fold an A4 card in half. Then all you need to do is fold it back onto itself. And then you get your paper trimmer, or you can actually get, if you have a guillotine, whatever's easiest, and simply cut off a little section. So I'm cutting this bit off. So I want to show you how you can then do your own. So there is that bit. Remember, I showed you how to create that bit. So then all you do is you take this bit, turn it over and stick it there. Now everybody, you can all create your own side scenes with any theme. Look how easy that was to do. Okay, goes completely flat. Okay, so I'm now going to move on to a slider card. So I've shown you how to create a gorgeous side scene. The next one is a slider card. Wendy's put, wow, that is so useful to know. Definitely. Lucille says, side scene cards are so easy to make for a great result. Do you know what? I've been doing them now 5 years, I think. And they're that wow factor. So, talking of wow factor, slider cards. So what you need, so this is from the same collection as well. I have a dancing couple, which is great for anniversary card. And I have my slider card. And I've got my base card ready. So this is from this collection, whether you're going for the mystery box or you are on a USB key or a digital download. Simply print them off. Now this here was actually done with a paper trimmer. I should have not done it, but let me show you how it was done. All you do is get, this is how it's done, everybody. You get your paper trimmer. Now you need to remember where you start and where you stop. That is so important. So what I'm doing is starting at 15, going to 3. Lifting up and moving it down a couple of mil. Starting at 3, going to 15. And then all you do, everybody, is trim it down. Then you get, it's called a letterbox technique. That gives you that letterbox look. And then you can create slider cards with any theme. And I'm going to show you how you can do this. So, on here, we have got, let me have a look on here. Okay, so, I've showed you how to do this. I've got my character already cut out. They're going to be dancing across that lovely. Do you know what? Can you see it's black and white? I've told Dave I would like a terrace that's black and white here at the chateau. I love this. It's very Art Deco. So, how to make this move, you need to have something called a omega sign, or it's called, in sewing it's called a box pleat. And how it's done, everybody, is you bring forward this and bring it back. When I was at school, they were called jumping frogs. And then you do the same on the other side. There we go. Make sure they meet at the middle. Okay, so all I'm doing is using my bone folder, trimming off any excess. Wendy's loving the demos. Thank you, Wendy. I'm glad to see you enjoying your the demos, everybody. Remember, this is a different show than normal. This is all about demos. So this does this jumping frog. I don't know what else they're called. In doing slider cards, it's called an omega. You can see it looks like the omega shape, or it's called a box pleat and sew in, or jumping frogs. This doesn't even jump. Well, that's pathetic, isn't it? But you get the idea, and literally it goes in here. You put that through there, you put the two tails through the actual mechanism, and that's what moves it. Okay, so I've got mine here. It is all ready, and what I need to do is this is going to go through here, and they're going to dance across like so. And what you do is you turn it over. Now you need to make sure the tabs don't, I've already put some foam pads on, the tabs don't touch your foam pads, like so. And then I've put a little bracket, I don't know if you can see that. On the other side, I've just put a little bit of scrap of card. Now the reason why I've done that is this is going to go in here, everybody. If you didn't have this, this will keep doing this. But because I've made a little hinge, I'm going to stick this onto here. Where's some glue? Where's it gone? I did have some glue. Okay, how can I lose glue? Look at the size of this table. I really have lost the glue. Let's get another one. Pauline said, hi Debbie, just got back from a lovely meal out, so we'll watch the rest on the show. No problem. Hi Pauline. We are doing a showcase on Moonlight Dreams, this everyday art deco. So I've done a side scene, now we are doing a slider card. Now what I've done is I've already taken some foam pads off. While this is drying, what I want to do is I want to add some, if I can just get my card, I want to add some glue to my foam pads. Look at the mess I'm already doing. And then take these tops off, like so. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. There we go. Now what this does, everybody, it gives you wiggle room. Oops, I need to take the top off that. It gives you wiggle room when you're putting it down. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on all of them. So everybody asked me, why do I use foam pads and not silicone glue? It's a personal preference. I like things to be dried and done within a few minutes. If you use silicone glue, you have to wait for about an hour. So look at this, can you see it's wiggling? So I've got that wiggle room, put it on there. So this is my mechanism. Then I'm going to have my dancing couple on there. So you need to make sure it's straight. Where's that glue gone again? There we go. Wendy's put, it's the naughty craft fairies hiding things. Yes, but I also have a habit of putting things down and not knowing where I put them. So then this goes on here. And there is my slider card, everybody. Isn't that cool? Now that still needs to dry, so I'm going to hold that to one side. So I've now showed you how to do a slider card. How easy is that? Pauline said I would be lost without sticky pads. I know. So this, everybody, is my dancing couple. You know, it can be an anniversary card, it can be a birthday card, it can be a wedding card. How gorgeous is that? So there is the anniversary card. Now we're going to be doing a dome card. So in the kit you do get, and also on the USB key, so whichever one you're going for, you do get sheets like this. I've cut them all out because I knew for time. You may think, what the heck is this? So we're going to do a dome card. Now you get 2 sheets to do a dome card. You get all these elements. Let me move this out the way. You get all these elements on one sheet, and then you get another sheet that has all these extras. So I've gone from blue to black to this gorgeous aqua and gold. Absolutely love it. Beautiful colorways, everybody. And you've even got a decoupage option. There she is. So I can decoupage it, which is what I'm going to do as well. But we're going to get everything together to start off with. So how you do a dome card, you do need some acetate. I've got my acetate. So we're going to come back to that. I'll show you that. To start off with, can you see you've got broken lines? Can you see that? There you go. Can you see the broken lines? See the dashes there and the dashes there? And I've obviously got a little bit of white on the edge, so I'm going to trim that down. Now remember, there isn't a right or wrong way on all these projects. I will show you the way that I do it, and then you can put your twist on it. So if you want to make this with a gold edge, you can actually just back it with gold card. All I'm doing is, this is from the kit, so it's pre-printed already. If you are printing it off yourself, you can actually simply print it off onto paper and back it onto card, or if you have the 220 printable card that I do, you can use that as well. Caroline says, do you sell all of these in the card kit as I don't have a printer? Yes, we do. This is from the mystery box. Wendy says, when is this available to buy? My son phoned and I missed beginning of the demos. Well, you can watch back. This is available to buy already. And originally, as I said to you at the beginning of the show, originally part of the kit was some Zoom workshops, but we had some issues with Zoom. So what we've done is we are doing this Facebook show. Right, okay. There's the broken lines. I'm using the green, so if you've got these sets that I do, I think the $4.99 for 6 sizes. And so what I'm doing is I'm using this bit of the green one, and I'm scoring. And I'm doing the same with the other side. Very easy to do. And then what you're going to do, everybody, this is the basis. You need to do the inside of the dome card before you do anything else. So this is the inside of my dome card. I then help it by simply using your bone folder and pressing down. And you're going to do the same with the other side. Let it go over a little bit and then use your bone folder and press it down. So this creates this part of it. Now you do have this, like so, that you can put it on both sides. So that's that one, and then that's that one. Now there's different ways people do them. Some people put the acetate in the inside, some people put the acetate in between. It doesn't really matter. What I would say is you need to make sure you actually cut them to the right size. So that is exactly like that. And I have a top tip if you've got some white. Jacqueline says, Debbie, you are amazing in everything you do. Thank you for taking the time out to demonstrate these extras, especially with what you've got going on with the chateau. You really deserve the best, both of you. Thank you. Oh, Jackie, you're very welcome. You know, we've had loads of questions and queries on how these are done. So do you know what? Why not show you how to put this all together? So, acetate. Now what you want to do is decide how big you want to do it. So if I do a half a size, okay, you'll find that a half a size is not big enough. So what I tend to do is I put this into this bit and then go, right, I want it about the dome about that much. Isn't a specific amount, I just decide how big I want the dome. You're going to ask me what size it is, so I'll tell you once I've decided. So I want to do a dome about this much, so it's going to go about there. So all I'm then going to do is use my paper trimmer. Now, if you haven't got any acetate, we do sell acetate, 10 sheets, I think, for $4.99. So it's a really good price and it's a really good width. So then this now is the right size for my dome. Okay, now you want to know what size is this? The size is actually 18.5 centimeters exactly. Okay, remember, if you have any questions, please let me know. Edith says, I used the balloon backing sheet, which I converted as shown into a side seam. Surprisingly, it looked really good. Oh, well, that sounds good. Right. Now, what I'm doing now, before I do the inside, before I actually glue it, I then need to decide what I want to do. So I love this. Just for you. So what I've got is this is part of the kit, so I'm just going to trim this down. And remember, you can put anything in the dome. So I want to put just for you here. And then I want to decoupage. Stephen says, the problem I have is die cutting through acetate. Well, you need to thinner acetate, Stephen. And also, it depends what you are cutting. Some acetate is quite actually hard to die cut. So just for you, that's going to go like so. Actually, I'm going to put it on this side, and you'll understand in a second. And then I want to decoupage her. So what I've got here, this is my decoupage. And what I'm doing is I'm simply just bending it a little bit round the edges. This is pre-printed if you're going for the card kit on 150 GSM, everybody. And somewhere under here some foam pads. And what I want to do is I just want to create a little bit of a body by putting foam pads down the middle, and then I want to put glue around the edge. There isn't a right or wrong way when it comes to decoupage. I just love the shape of her. She's one of my favorites. So you curl in the edges. So I simply just curl it a little bit like that. And then watch what I'm going to do. I am using my bone folder to crease the edges of this card, but I won't do that yet. What you need to do is do the inside first, and then I'm going to do the outside. Now remember, this is from Moonlight Dreams collection. This is an everyday collection. Will there be any more of the mystery boxes? I missed it somehow. Yes, Mary, I think there is some mystery boxes if you want one. I'll have to double check. I don't know if Dave can check online if there's any mystery boxes of it. If he's there. Oh, he's there. I couldn't see him, everybody. He's working away. So it's the Art Deco Moonlight Dreams. And we're just checking to see if we've got any. When you do decoupage, what do you prefer, foam pads or glue to do it? Stephen, I actually use both. Watch. I am going to use, I prefer foam pads because this will be dry in a minute. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use glue. Judy's put, sorry I'm late, just noticed you were on. Well, you need to have a look at the previous demos. I've done 2 demos already. I've got 2 more demos to go, but this is nearly finished. So what I'm doing, everybody, is I put glue on the foam pads and then I'm putting glue around the edges. So I've curved them, and what this will create a 3D effect. So, and it will be curved. And because I put glue, and it'll look like she's got a body, because I put foam pads down the middle, There we go. Can you see? I don't know if it picks it up. By doing it that way, it looks very 3D because I've got foam pads down the middle and then I put glue around the edges to glue it in, and it's very 3D. Can you see that? She looks like she's alive, doesn't she? Mary, yes, it's showed out of stock. Don't worry. Okay. I will I'm sure we have got some in. I'll make sure if you or anybody else wants one, we'll get it sorted for you. Okay. So, just for you, if you haven't got yourself some tweezers, get some, everybody. It works out, just enables you to just position what you want. Honestly, if you haven't tried a dome card, you really need to. I'm going to have that in there. And then Pauline says, so many variations of cards, side scenes, sliders, dome cards, waterfall cards, and decoupage. Anyone think of any more? I do like to come up with different ideas for everybody, Pauline. There we go. So this is, I'm just going to bring that into the gold there. Right, so that's there. And now, all I'm doing, everybody, is now putting it together. So remember what I said with my acetate? It was 18.5, so this is going to go like so. Now, you stick one to one side and one to the other. And all I'm doing is I'm using the inside. You could sandwich between the two, but I actually prefer it in the inside because it's a little bit more secure. So I'm putting the glue on the outside, like so. And then all I'm doing is getting my acetate and then pressing it nice and flat on one side. There we go. And then once I'm happy with that, I lift it up and then do the same with the other side. Now you need to make sure you put plenty of glue on here, and you can see how it's coming together, the dome. Then I have my other parts that are going to go on, like so. So it's going to sit on here. There we go. And then, where's my glue gone? All I'm doing is adding my glue. Now I prefer glue because you get the wiggle room, but it's entirely up to you. This is going to go on here, like so. Line it up. Make sure it's nice and lined up. And then here, this needs a little bit more glue. This is the bit where you need to always make sure it's bent over. Now don't be worried too much about that, because look what's going to happen. The dome card can't be flat to be sent. Well, what you could do, what you could have done, Lucille, is simply put a, you can make it, where is it? So you don't have to do it as big as I have. Lois has done it a little bit flatter. I've just done it as a really big dome, and I would put it in a box. So there isn't a wrong way. You could actually do it that way to send it. Or you could even put double-sided tape, but then you'd have to tell somebody that they'd have to put it together. I'm not too sure whether people would do that, but it depends who you're sending it to. Right, so this is going to go on here. Wiggle it into place, so you've got it into place. Oh, there we go. When I'm happy with that, then I'm going to just add a little bit more glue. Well, Jill says, do you do Art Deco boxes and envelopes to go with the dome cards? Yes, there is loads of boxes on there. So this is going to go on the top, and I've lost the other one. I did have two. This is what happens. I start being all nice, How can I lose it? Oh, there it is. And this is going to be the second one. This is why I said. And so essentially, this is just going to go around the top, like so. Make sure it lines up. You will need to measure it. So it's actually bigger, because then people have a choice of making the dome as, is domey a word? Well, it is now. As wide as they want. So I want to do it that way now that I've now decided. So I just do the same on the other, like that. Make sure they're both the same size. And then what you're going to do is you are going to glue. Now it's very important that you put glue in every section of the strip, because this is what's going to hold it together, everybody. So I'm putting the glue on this bit. And this is going to hold it like so. Right from the top all the way along to this bit. And you can see the dome shape. There we go. Now you can wiggle it, because you've got the glue, into place. Like so. And then we're going to do the same with the bottom. And you can see how quickly, you can see why you had to do the inside first with the decoupage. And then I'm going to do the same at the bottom there, all the way along, like so. There we go. And then I have, this is where it's interesting, because you have the dome. Okay, it didn't take long to do. You can print up and put messages on the back, but then this is what you've got. I've got my rose here, and then I have this tag. Now I've given you these because you can then decide what type of message you want to put. So the tag is plain. So the idea is you cut the tag out, everybody, like so. So this is going to go here, which is why I put this on here. And then look at this. I love this. You are amazing. So what I want to do is show you some top tips. Whenever we design these tabs, you'll find that there's two. You can always cut inside it if you want to. You can actually make it smaller or thinner. And then all you're doing is put that on here. So I'm going to put "You are amazing" on there. So that's going to go on there. And this is why you need, realistically, you need a wet glue. You can use double-sided tape, but make sure you use red liner tape, because that's a strong tape. And then put this around here in the center. You are amazing. And then on here, I am going to use some foam pads. It's going to be a tag, and it's going to say, so you can say "get well soon," you can have a special friend. Special friend's nice, isn't it? Let's have special friend. There we go. So it's going to be a special friend. Or maybe I should just have "with love." Let's see. So the idea with these is you can cut them down. So you can see that we've just, all you need to do is trim it down to the right size, because not everybody would want to put it in the tag. So this is going to go in here, special friend, and then I might have a happy birthday, and then we're done. I mean, everybody, this is such a special card. This is all from this collection. They've got the digital download, the whole collection is only $14.99, everybody. $14.99 with over 1,500 printable elements, and you can do concept cards like the ones I've showed you. So we've done side scene sliders and now a dome. Let's put this on here. We'll have happy birthday. It's going to go on there. And then what I want to do, oh, I've got glue on there, that will come off later. We'll have some foam pads on here. This will just add some dimension. You can, Stephen's put, the card is lovely. You could sell that in a shop for at least £5. You're right, Stephen, you could. So if you're going for the download, it's only $14.99 if you want, and then you can print it off. Or you can go for the card kits. We've got the card kits also available. So this is going to go on here. I'm then going to add this on here. And I can keep on going, everybody. Obviously, I need to add glitter and gems. But just to show you, this is going to go on here. Special friend. And then we're done on the third card, everybody. So this could be used for weddings, anniversary, table decor. Definitely. You can do so much. There you go, everybody. Stands up like this. How cool is that? You could send it in a box. It's a beautiful card. Right, so that, everybody, is, I've showed you how to do a slider card from the collection. So I showed you this is now dry. Slider card, how cool is that? Then we have done a side scene. Beautiful. Then we have done this gorgeous dome card. So now you all know how dome cards are done. And now I want to show you this new technique. So this actually Lois came up with. And it may look complicated, everybody. How cool is that? Now, because of time, I'm not doing the whole thing. I'm going to actually show you how easy it is to create this. I've got loads of messages coming through. Everybody's liking it. Thank you, everybody. Have a go at it. You'll find that there's more and more dome cards being added. Really enjoy watching tonight with you, watching you make cards so that we can copy them. Honestly, they are so easy. All you need to remember, okay, when it comes to the dome cards, is the acetate. Now, what did I say? It was 18.5. I will put it on. You make it easy. It is easy, honestly. It really is easy. You just need to make sure you have everything out. So I'm now going to show you how to do this. And it looks complicated, and it isn't. It's made up of 2 parts, well, actually 3 parts. So this is where if you got, before I do that, I just want to show you the difference in the dome size. I think, Lucille, you were asking. So I've done mine that big, and I would put it in a box because I think it looks even, I love it that size. However, as you can see, on this one, it's a bit thinner, and you can have it thinner. So you could essentially put that through if you want to. So it's much thinner, but it's the same principle. I think I've squashed it, sorry. Let me just put it in shape. There you go. You can have it any size you want, everybody. So I'm going to put that to one side. And now, very quickly to finish off, the Art Deco is to show you a brand new shape that is made up of, so you want to write the following measurements down. It's actually made out of 3 parts. Let's move this to one side. It is made out of a base. It is made out of a triangle, and it's also made of 2 offcuts. Okay, that's how this card was actually made. So we're going to do that. Valerie says, great demos, Debbie. Lots of practice, methinks. Now, honestly, have a go. I must be the odd one out, but I never like glitter. Well, I'm going to be using, somebody's asked me, I can't remember who it was, sorry. I think it was somebody called Carol. Asked me about using print magic. So I'm going to show you how to do print magic in a second. So before I do that, this shape is made up, we're going to start off with the base. And the base is made up of 15 by 15. So all I'm doing is get my paper trimmer. I'm taking a piece of card. So you are going to be able to create this card. And if you love Art Deco, you really want to. Loving those gorgeous new dimension, a multi-step are you just about to demonstrate? Well, we're going to show you how to do it. And Estelle says the thinner one can go in an envelope. Yes, it can. Oh, so share an envelope box. Pauline's put, oh my goodness, now I'm going to do a dome card for my niece instead of a stepper. Very true, okay. Okay, so start off with, get your paper trimmer. Let's move this to one side. And 15 centimetres. There we go. Just under 6 inches if you want it in inches, everybody. I'm afraid I work in centimetres. And then what you're going to do, actually, let me just do that again. So one is 15 centimetres, is that right? Yeah. And then what you're then going to do is measure 2.5 centimetres. So use your score line, you need to do 6. And the reason why I haven't trimmed it down yet is because, remember what I told you, depending on the end that you add, you may add a couple of mil each time. So it may be just over 15 centimetres by 15, and this is what I mean. So I've trimmed down my A4 card, and it's 15 centimetres one way. Then I'm measuring 2.5 centimetres, which is 1 inch on one side, and I'm lining up and scoring using the green. The green, if you've got this embossing tool, and then simply going to 2.5 centimetres again, and you're going to do 6 of these. 2.5 centimetres again, like so, and then 2.5 centimetres. Can you see what I'm doing, everybody? Simply, each time is 2.5 centimetres. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing it another one. There we go. And this will create your steps. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more, and then we're done. So as you can see, you have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that creates this. What have I got? I only need 5. I've done one more. So essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you cut at that last one. And then what you'll end up with is the base. So there really is not a wrong or right way, everybody, because if you want it wider, then you can, but this is a good balanced size. And then the next thing you want to do is your triangle. And I think this was, where's mine, at 15 centimetres? I'm sure it is. Yes. So then all I do, everybody, watch, get another piece of card. So there is my 2.5 centimetres increment, so you're going to end up with 3 peaks. And then all I'm doing, everybody, is getting a piece of card like so, folding it, and then 15 centimetres, cutting it down at 15 centimetres like so. And then what you need to do is find the centre. So the centre is 7.5. So all I'm going to do is get 7.5. So 7.5's there. I'm just going to make a little mark. Well, wait, 7.5, a little. So you want to find the centre. So that's my centre. I've just made a little mark so I can see it. And then simply go from one end to another. And then do the same on the other, like so. So hopefully you're with me so far. So then you are left with these, which are the sides. So this was 15 by 15. And very quickly, I want to show you how this is done. So this goes on here like so, but because it's a peak, it's not going to be stable. So what you need to do before you actually do anything is put these out at an angle like so. So for decorating purposes, we're going to decorate this very quickly. So all I'm doing, this is part of the collection. So I've done aqua, so I'm going to do this colour here. So people ask me about how do you actually decorate when it comes to these type when you want a lovely little edge. So all I'm doing is making a little mark like so. There we go. It's going to have a mark there and go all the way to here, and I'm going to do exactly the same, everybody. Put a little mark there. So I'm ending up with the 15 centimeters like so. Pauline said, I think this is the most measuring I've ever seen you do. Haha, very true. But it's because it's an unusual shape. But to be fair, Pauline, it's only 15 centimeters and then find in the middle. All right, and then what you're going to do is this here. This is just a little bit smaller than 15 centimeters because it needs to have a little white edge. So I just want to make this a little bit smaller. There we go. And then that should be the middle. Is this a print USB key? We have both. It can be a card kit and it can also be, we have it available as a card kit and we also have it available as a card making kit and USB key and a download. Wait a minute, I've lost where I am. There we go. It's going to go there. And we're going to do the same on the other. So I've just made it a little bit smaller, everybody. So it goes in on my... So I have made this just very slightly. Is this the right one? Yeah. So this is going to go on here. So you can see I've left a white edge. And then just a little white edge. Can you see? You could do it in gold, but I'm doing it this way for now. And then the leftover bits, you can put them on. Which one that is it? I've lost them. There they are. That goes on there. And then this goes on here. So now we're going to put it all together and we're going to get started. So very quickly, everybody, I'm showing you how to make this lovely shape. So it's made out of 15 centimeters. So all I've done is 15 centimeters, and this is one of the, if you're going for the paper kit, this is one of the papers in the kits. I'm just leaving a little edge. This is the beauty with having glue. If you don't put it on correctly, you can lift it up. There we go. Just a little edge. Don't forget, you are not going to see it. I should have maybe done this in gold so it stands out. I might just do that. Or will it be okay? Stephen says, love to have the kit. Yes, you can have the kit. If anybody wants the kit, you can have it. Dave, can you just double check? Do we have any concept card kits in Moonlight Dreams? So we have a concept card making. So if anybody wants the mystery box, we've got a mystery box that is worth $24.99 and you are getting £60 worth of goodies. But if you just want the concept, the dimensional kit, we have that, and that's available at $17.99, or we have the card making kit. So it depends which one you want, everybody, or you can have the USB key and the download. So we have both of those available. Right, everybody, very quickly, let's put all this together. Yes, Estelle, you can have the digital download. Right, let's put this together. So I've just, while I've been chatting, been sticking this together. So this is Moonlight Dreams. It's one of the only collections that I've done that is for every day. It has Christmas on, and it also has every day on. So it's a mix. And I've been using, honestly, beautiful colours. Oops. That you can see, from the red and gold to the aqua to the blue. it will be available. So right, everybody, you can see what I'm doing here, and then she's going to go in there. So this is what you're going to do, everybody. You can decorate it with all these elements in, and all I'm doing is from the kit is using all the elements from the design sheet, and then we're going to put it all together. Right, so this is going to go on here just to give it a little bit of bling. So when you put on here's a top tip, everybody, put the glue on the back like so, but I always cut it on the card. So I'm going to put that along there like so, then turn it over and use your scissors to cut the other side, and it cuts it flush like so. I can never get it straight. Look at that, it's flush. And then these are going on an angle, so you need to give stability. So this is just going to go like so, that's going to go there, and that one's going to go there. And then all I'm doing now is making sure they're off at an angle, they meet in the middle. You can put foam pads on, or you can use glue, whichever you find easier. I've got glue everywhere. There we go. And then all I'm doing is starting with this one, putting this on, lining it up at an angle. Remember, you only want to put the glue on one side like that, and it's going to go down there because otherwise it's going to overhang. So this is going to go on this side like so. Bring it down. This is going to go on to here like that, but before we do that, we are going to stick her on. She's going to be on this side, and then we can trim these down after the fact, if that makes sense. But before I do that, let's put all this together now. Now, if anybody has any questions, please just feel free to ask. And I've lost the backing paper. There we go. So all I'm doing with this backing paper is I'm just going to put it on the first one. Now remember my top tip, turn it over, line it up like so. Use your pen as a guide, and yes, I'm not measuring this one because I simply want to add a little bit of white to it. And you can, for quickness, I'm just doing one side because I did say I would show you how to create this lovely shaped card. And when you get the idea of how it's actually done, you'll be doing these all the time. And it goes completely flat in an envelope. So this is going to go on there. And let's put this all together. So this is going to sit onto here. I actually, obviously, didn't measure it right. Which one did I do? I think I just need to cut a little bit more. No problem, Pauline. Enjoy your dinner. See you on Thursday, hopefully. There we go. And then let's show you how easy it is to do this. Now, when it comes to Art Deco, go for wow. Go for bright colours. Add different dimension to whatever you want to do. It's going to go on there. Then let's stick this in the middle. So it needs to go from the back. So I'm just going to put this on the back first. And then this goes in the centre. Let's have this there. Just like we've done on there. And then turn it over. Pauline says you were covering everything so well we haven't any questions. That's good to know. Just honestly, everybody, this is one collection you really need to have a go at. I should have maybe used gold. I will do that next time. Now I'm going to put this, I want this one here. This is going to just sit in the middle there. Card kit may be USB key, so you can use, this has call it chunky glue. What? I don't know what you said, Stephen, I missed that. Okay, so let's finish off this and we'll put it all together. So I've showed you how to do 4 different cards, everybody. I'm going to putting on the glitz. Add bling to it, that's for sure. You need to add bling, you need to add gems. Obviously you don't need to see me do that. I'll show these cards on Facebook next week so you can get some inspiration. But look how easy it is to put together. And then this is going to go on here. And then this is just going to go and sit on here. So once you're happy with where you're putting everything, remember it's going to stand like this. I could put gold card on here. I need to trim the end of this off. Like so. And then, where's some foam pad? Oh, using chunky glue. You call 3-in-1 glue chunky glue. Well, it's coming back in stock soon. Let me have a go. So you can see that you could have decoupaged it if you want to. You've got loads of different elements still left. And then under all this rubbish, I do have a pricking tool. What did I do with it? Ah, there it is. So it's always handy to have a pricking tool if you haven't got one because it takes the tops off very, very easily. What is the name of the card design? It is Moonlight Dreams. Oh, this card. Do you mean the card design itself or do you mean the actual collection? The card is a brand new card design. And we will let you know. Triangle Art Deco at the moment because it's made out of triangles, but obviously that is not a catchy name, so we need to actually get a name. So because I put foam pads on there, you don't want to put foam pads all along, so you just need to put foam pads on one side. So that's something that you need to remember. So as you can see, I put foam pads on here. So what I want to do is I've got a foam pad on there and then I'm going to put glue underneath like so. Otherwise it'll be 3D. So that's how it was made. So I've shown you, obviously using it with gold makes it stand out. So just to recap, you are using, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are creating that technique there, and then this was a triangle, so I cut out a 15 centimeters and found the middle and cut it, and then the offcuts from the side created the sides. There you go, everybody. It looks like a fan, Art Deco fan card. That's a good idea, Kath. I think that's what we should call it. Confess, I use Hunky Dory Art Deco Lady already on the what I call diamond statuette shape used system. Well, that's fine, Edith. You know, you can use any design. So I like that this is called an Art Deco fan shape. So remember, it is made up of 3 sections. Ferry's put Fab Demo, giving loads of inspiration. Well, that's great to hear. Now remember, I have showed you how to create a side scene. Now remember the side scenes, I showed you how to create that. If you missed it, you need to have a look in the video. I showed you how to create your own. Now also remember that you can create it from the edge, or you can actually do it further up so you can see that lovely floor. You can even back it with gold card to give it the bling. So there's that option. So I've showed you how to do that. I showed you how to make your own slider card, everybody. That was a very easy technique to do. So you can check that on there. Then the third card was the dome card. Beautiful dome card. I showed you how to do a 3D decoupage in the inside to give you that wow factor. These colours are just gorgeous. Obviously these are all from this collection. Okay, so you can do them different sizes. Isn't that lovely for a wedding card? Gorgeous, isn't it? So, and then the last card that I showed you, Lois came up with this technique. I think this is in one of the projects that we have. And Kath, you've named it right. Art Deco fan card I really like. And I've showed you how to create that using 3 sections. starting with 2.5 centimetre, which is an inch increments, and also 15, which is just under 6 inches square, and that's made that. So I have been, hopefully you've got loads of inspiration from this gorgeous collection. Now, if anybody wants anything of the Art Deco Moonlight Dreams, if you want the mystery box, put it in. It's £24.99 for £60 worth of goodies. We can get that sorted out for you. And if you just want the concept card kit or the card making kit, they are both £17.99 with the Forever code. And then the digital download is £14.99. Oh, you have been amazing, Debbie, creating all the beautiful cards this evening. Kath, I think I promised you a front stepper card, so everybody don't go away, because I did promise how to do a, got your template to do a side seam. Brilliant. Okay, so for Kath, because she's asked me how to do a front stepper card, this is how easy it is. Okay, fold over. I'm doing a A5 card. You can do any size. You need to basically have two the same, everybody. Watch. So all I'm doing is doing two A4s. Okay, then for your step, there isn't a rule. You can decide how big you want your step. So say you only want a smaller step. Can you see? I've done it that much. Then you trim off the excess, like so. Just trim it off. So hopefully, Kath, this will help you. So that's made that step. And then this glues into there. There's your front step card, Kath. So hopefully that's the one that you're after. Everybody's loving them. Thank you for it. Susan said, wonderful tutorials, Debbie. I love these types of shows. Well, I'll be doing more in the future. Vanessa, you're going to have to do on catch up. There you go, Kath. I told you I'd do it. So hopefully you picked it up. Everybody's loving it. Right, put the front camera back on. Now remember, this is Art Deco Moonlight Dreams. Beautiful, beautiful collection, everybody. You know, from beautiful blues to even the golds, the aquas, the reds, the blacks, the gold. And don't forget, I haven't showed you loads. If you're going for the USB kit, you can print on vellum as well as coated paper. You can create canvases. Look at this. Where's that light? I can get into it. You can create, I don't know if you can see the light. You see that? It's not showing up. Should we put the top camera on? There we go. Can you see the light? So you can actually print on tissue. You can put it onto canvas. This is a canvas. You can create loads of different things. Cass said, is that it? After all the time I spent today. Thank you so much. Honestly, card making is not hard, everybody. It's just learning those top tips. And through Debbie Moore Designs, you know, our motto is bringing inspiration to you. So hopefully you've enjoyed the inspiration on tonight's show. Don't forget to like over on Facebook and get notified. Don't forget to follow my page over also on YouTube. Please give me a thumbs up and like and follow my channel. And I'll be doing more and more videos all the time. So I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go and get some dinner. Thank you for joining me, everybody. I can see loads of messages coming through. Hopefully I've inspired you in Art Deco, even from making a luxurious envelope. How gorgeous is that? You know, check out Moonlight Dreams. If anybody wants to order anything, just put a message on and we'll get it all sorted out. Pauline says, yes, more Saturday classes. I don't have to work and I can watch you live from the US. My guilty pleasure. Oh, bless you. Well, I'm going to sign off. Take care. Stay safe. God bless you all. Thank you for joining me for Art Deco Inspiration. Don't forget, I am actually on Hobby Maker TV on Wednesday at 3 and 7. We will put a notice out. And I'll be doing a live from the UK because I'm flying on Monday back to the UK. We'll be doing a live on Thursday. So don't forget to tune in those because I've got even some more surprises. So I'm going to say goodnight for now. God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and hope to see you very soon at Debbie Moore Designs. Bye-bye.